Third, work social proof. What's social proof? You see the dot? Take a look at the dot in the middle of the screen. In the back, you're like, there's a dot? See the dot? How much is that dot moving? By inch. Well, I mean, it turns out it's not. There's a particular phenomenon with the eye that makes it look like it's moving, something white in a dark background that way. So some of you whose eyes work differently than others see it as moving, and some of you don't. In other words, if we were to poll you instantly where you are, you would all have a different answer, and it would clump into different areas. This is one of the first studies in what's called social proof. And what this graph does, this is in the original paper, you don't have to see it, is that normally there would be a spread of ideas about how that dot is moving. But if I ask you in a group together, you will cohere and you will agree on something. All it takes is a couple of you in the front row to go, that's not moving, people. It's just not moving. Before the rest of you are like, you're right, maybe it's not moving. And this whole table here and this table are like, we suggest it's not moving. And then you guys are like, well, we like that table. There's like red shirts in that table. All right, we're going to go with them. We like the, you're right, it's not moving. And suddenly everyone agrees that it's not moving. This is what's called social proof. How does this work in terms of social media? Well, social proof convinces us that all these different pant styles looked good at the time that they were in fashion. If I see everyone else around me looking like an idiot, it's going to be fine. So we're just coming out of the age of the high water pants. My son wears these, and I'm like, you know, that's called it doesn't fit. Doesn't work. Social proof. If you go around every day, you're going to have the sort of bell bottoms and the MC Hammer Time pants. I'm not going to do the dance. Don't even ask. Social proof is what happens when you are selling all the time and nobody likes or comments on your stuff. Social proof means if nobody likes it, it's not worth it. This content is terrible, is what they see, because if it was good, somebody would have liked it already. This is why creating relationships with the community are important, because it creates a network of social proof that allows other people to begin connecting with your content, because they and their trade organizations are hearing people like me telling them the same things. So if you're liking and sharing, they're liking and sharing with you. 281 sounds a lot more important. Social proof says this content is worthwhile. Something in here is important for me. I'm going to keep checking it out. When you have nothing, it matters. Here, something does matter. This is my university bookstore, the band. You can see it doesn't take a lot. 11, 28, just a few. Whereas most content that we're going to see in your websites isn't that big. Social proof also works if you have this stub page. And this is an example of a storage page. It has, you don't have a Facebook page, but Facebook made one for you. And it suggests people review it. It's asking for people to review. And so this is how they're reviewing your businesses, and you're not seeing it. Some of these have been up there for a year, and no one in the storage business has responded to these negative reviews. So not only do you not have any proactive content talking about your identity and your authenticity and your relationships with the community, people are going on and telling us what a terrible business you run, how awful it was, and bad things about you. That's not good. Maybe people still choose self-storage from the yellow pages, but I'm not so sure that that's the way most people choose things in the age of social media. That's the social proof that we have, and you could do better. This number. This is the average number of likes and shares out of a random sample of 20 of your organization's, of your business's pages. 1.8 is the average number of likes or shares. 1.8. So think from a social proof perspective. Maybe 2 people like your stuff. And you know what? You know who one of those people is each time? The page creator. 0.8 of a person likes you. I think that communicates something about the vitality of your business. That's the average. You want to know what the median is? The median is, if I have a range of numbers, it's the one right in the middle. 0. That average only exists because one of you had a post on National Clean Out Your Garage Day that got 143 shares. You hit it on the hashtag right in the nose, and it was like, woo, viral. Without that, 0. They're not going to want to check your page until they know they need a self-storage site, and they're going to find out which one in town is the most reliable, and they're going to see other people's reviews because you haven't been paying attention to your Facebook page, and they're going to go somewhere else. This is that garage sale day. Pretty good stuff. People liked it. Even though I said don't share articles, sometimes they work. There's no absolutes. You have to know your relationship. So what I'm going to leave you with in this section, and we're almost finished, I'm wrapping it all up, is that you have a network of people in your community, not just the library and the police and the VFW, but you have a network of other business owners, of friends and family who are important in the community. Your task is to find them and ask them to share your content. You would pay for a commercial if you had the funds. Why wouldn't you ask somebody you know to, hey, could you share this thing that we're doing on Facebook? It creates social proof. You share it for them. You share it for each other. You build a professional network that is interacting on social media so that when I go to your site, I'm seeing a dozen people liking your content, sharing your content, and you then, of course, are participating in that sharing community. And it means when I go, your page looks vital, people are commenting on it, and when I see it, I say, oh, these people matter in the community. People like them. They count for something. And so whatever your network is, find it. Share each other's content. Support each other's businesses. Support your local community and be connected. Those are the relationships you need to build. This is harder than taking a selfie. This requires a level of commitment that maybe you don't feel like social media is worth it. I just feel like it's going to prove it to you one way or the other, and I think it is. But we can talk after if you're really skeptical.